Alright, today I'm going to be reacting to Mount Eerie by the Microphones. This came out in 2003. It's 40 minutes here, but it's only 5 songs, which is kind of interesting. Obviously, the Microphones became Mount Eerie, so I don't know if this album was kind of the start of that, but I'm excited to get into this. Uncut is going to be on Patreon, of course. The other 2 albums that I've heard from the Microphones are obviously The Glow Part 2 and It Was Hot, We Stayed in the Water. This might make for like a kind of a hard reaction video to do because the first track here is 17 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. Kind of sounds like a similar start to It Was Hot, We Stayed in the Water. Distorted kick. Oh crap, I'm scared. Feels like a heartbeat maybe. Hear that groove they're making though? Da da do 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 da da. This is a really interesting start. Pretty much completely percussion, drums. Just building the atmosphere. Oh no. That kick's getting more and more messed up. Such a cool groove. Holy. Drums are like tripping over themselves. It's really cool. Oh, and I love how they just slowly panned across. It feels like almost just like it was like a marching band just walking across the scene, and then they fade out onto the left. Dun, 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 Oh no. Oh frick. And it's back. Ooh. Frick. This is so good. That was a harsh sound. This is trippy, man. Holy. This groove. Touch this. That bass. The foghorns.
ship sail off with its sails aloft.
Oh.
And see me dry my eyes and see more salty tears flow as my house is blown wide. See me scan the
this is trippy.
skies and see the flock of birds goodbye and turn to go inside. But I feel you on my neck. You are above. See me look at you, and there's my sight. And while my eyes burned, I saw it.
Oh.
No. Here comes a black ship rising under red sail. See it fill the sky. See it billow up. Weird and high, you are
That was actually like a spiritual experience, man.
I don't even know where to start with that song. It feels really dumb pausing it right now because it just transitioned perfectly. I mean, the first like 6 minutes was just, maybe even more than that. There's just like percussion and those drums coming in. Phil didn't even show up until like halfway through the track, but then he shows up. His singing is beautiful. The writing is beautiful. The production on that track was insane with different distorted stuff coming in, reverse stuff, really trippy production on that track. That was really unsettling and really dark. I mean, the microphones are known for like having that sound, but that felt like kind of taking that unsettling feeling to the next level. And of course that insane outro there with just that burst of noise coming in after those insane drums. I don't even really want to talk too much. I want to keep going. I want to enjoy this. Let's keep going. Oh.
Your fireball has rolled away in shaded valleys. So here I am in the creek bed. So here I feel my way. Let the flash flood begin. Wash me down the canyon. Your soccer balls on knees. Through your skirt I see. I know you're out there. Your vultures and trees. Don't let gravity win.
Beautiful. I mean, the harmonies, that guitar part is beautiful. Phil's voice is just so present and so close. It wasn't as mind-blowing as the first one, but still really amazing. I mean, lyrically, I don't even know if when I reacted to It Was Hot We Stayed in the Water, I don't know if I like discussed the lyrics much in that video, but I do really love Phil's lyrics and his songwriting. I love the inclusion of just nature, I don't know, like the great unknown, I guess. It feels, a lot of his writing feels very based in like existentialism. So yeah, a lot of it does come off as sad because it seems like he's kind of struggling with that idea and just how big the universe is. But then there's moments of beauty as well. That was a really beautiful track. I loved those female vocals that came in. Again, not as mind-blowing as the first one, but still great. Carrying that guitar theme forward. Distorted ass freaking toms. Oh no. Insanity. Feels like someone drilling into my brain. Love how he's switching up that snare. You have that one and then.
See me look unveiled when I walk out of the canyon. There to see me walk out. There's no beacon, no sun to block out.
Think there's anybody out there.
The vocals are so intimate and close. It just, it sends down a shiver down your spine every time.
The black night has seized me.
Interesting voice.
I know I'll be in the air, that my trail passes lions' lairs, and I see summits buried in more air. How many times have I made up this song before? How many times have I died up here before? And oh, how hidden tomorrow morning is.
Beautiful vocals. Oh, I didn't even notice we went into the next one. It's not gonna get the 10, but it was really good. I like that vocal outro there. Really angelic, but haunting at the same time. I was gonna point out something about the vocals. Oh yeah, the fact that they're so intimate and so close to the mic, it kind of gives this ASMR effect where it kind of just sends like a shiver down your spine, and it really adds to the feel of it a lot. And it kind of makes you, like, forces you to listen to what they're saying too. It makes that feel even more important, which is hard to do because there's so much interesting stuff going on musically too that it's hard to catch lyrics. Like, I catch lyrics here and there that I'm like, oh, those are interesting, but then I'm just pulled back into the sound and what's happening production wise. That was fantastic. I love the way he mixes and like does his guitar stuff too. Like, he'll play one kind of melody on his guitar, he'll have it pan to the right, and then a different one that's kind of like a little bit different but kind of hitting the same notes, and it's a little bit off, a little bit delayed, gives it this kind of DIY feel, and that's panned to the left. There's just so many production things that I love in this music, and just so many sound choices and melody choices and harmony choices, and it's so good. It's so freaking good.
I watched you across the water in the evening. Into my eye, your grays and blues were blown.
This is different. Real live feel to this recording.
Big black cloud will
You see what happened? You see what happened? Big black death
What?
breathes on you with his breath.
This feels like a completely different album. I'm like tripping out right now. What the?
Bloating bully, strike you down.
Who is this guy?
Do you see what
Ah!
happened? Do you see what happens when I peel away your bark and stain?
This is terrifying. What? What? What just happened? That sounded like a completely different album. I'm like, that was genuinely terrifying. That was, like, felt like I was going insane. Is that just Phil pitched down? Because it kind of sounds like him. That voice on the right sounds like Phil pitched down. Oh my goodness. I got some power tools in the back. Like some sort of drill? This is strange. We're back at the ocean. That's how the first track ended, too. I feel like I'm tripping right now.
now that I have.
I feel like I'm, like... Was I hearing things? I thought I heard voices out here. That was so trippy. Holy. It's gonna get the 10 because
That was actually
it
like
blew my
a
mind.
spiritual experience, man.
It kind of felt similar to the first track in the fact that it ended with the kind of white noise stuff, and there was like a distinct like two parts to it. I feel like that switch up was one of the, I mean, I've always thought that the microphones was pretty experimental, but that switch up was one of the craziest things, bro. Oh, just like I said, it didn't even sound like the microphones. I don't know who that guy's voice is, but he has a pretty freaking strange sounding voice. It came in on an earlier track, and I wasn't a huge fan of it because it was kind of, I don't know, something about just the timbre of his voice and the way he was singing was kind of weird. But on there, I don't even remember what happened. The switch up caught me so off guard. Like, I feel like it just erased my memory of everything that happened before it and everything after. I was just kind of mind blown that entire track. That was weird. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, obviously I gave it the 10, but I feel like it's maybe not even more of enjoyment because of enjoyment. Maybe it's more just because of the experience. Like, that just felt like a super unique experience. I don't know how often I'm going to return to that, but for a first experience, it was mind-blowing.
I have my sight. Beautiful black, you are unveiled. Now you're mine. So let my voice bellow about you, silent night.
Just the use of those
My voice
voices
echo out
again.
from caves and mines. You have a bright and blackest night, and you see your open wide.
That high, super high pitched singing. For some reason, I'm getting a feeling that all these voices are Phil. Maybe he's just pitching them down and pitching them up. Let me know down below if he brought people on to do these vocals here. Because a lot of them kind of do have like the same timbre as Phil. Maybe not the guy earlier that I thought had a weird kind of tone to his voice. That definitely didn't sound like Phil, but these, I wouldn't be surprised if these were just him just pitching himself up and down. Is that it? Looks like that's it. Okay. I don't know. I hate to do it, but should I? It feels... Oh no, that's the wrong rating. You know what? No, we're gonna stick with that. I was thinking about giving it the mid, but it just feels too unique to give it the mid. You know, like it wasn't as hard hitting as. It's definitely my least favorite track on the album, but it's still just so unique and just so like, I don't know. It just creates this feeling that rarely happens in music, you know? So it just feels, it would feel wrong given that the mid. It doesn't feel average in any way at all. But like I said, definitely my least favorite. I think, I don't know, it just felt a little bit underwhelming after the mind-blowing nature of the track before it. It doesn't mean it's bad, it just means it's, you know, it was just a little underwhelming. I mean, this album was impressive. I think it's not as good as, like, The Glow Part 2, definitely. Maybe not even as good as It Was Hot, We Stayed in the Water. It feels, honestly, it feels more experimental than those. A lot more strange stuff going on. I mean, with the opener, with the, like, insane just intro of just percussion and drums. The fourth track with that insane switch up. So it definitely does feel a little bit more, maybe, I don't want to say ambitious. I want to say just experimental. and creative, I guess. But I think the flaws do come from the first track being 17 minutes long. I think that track is a little bit overwhelming, and it kind of reduces the impact and the enjoyability of the next 4, in my opinion, at least. Again, I don't know, splitting these up in somewhat of a different way, maybe making it 6 tracks instead. I know it doesn't technically change like the content of what's in the album, but kind of just segmenting it different maybe would make it flow a little bit better. Because like I said, the first track is a little bit overwhelming with that 17-minute length. And I'm no stranger to like long songs. Like Swans does like 30-minute songs all the time. But with that, I think it kind of reduced my enjoyability for the rest of the album. Still really good though. Still really good. I love the uniqueness of this. I love it was trippy. It was definitely, I feel like, the most trippy Microphones album I've heard. It was giving me, what's the Mount Eerie album? Is it No Flashlight? It was giving me similar vibes to No Flashlight, and I'm pretty sure that came out in 2015, but I felt like there was a lot of the same sounds and stuff being used on there, a lot of similar ideas as well. I don't really see myself returning to this that much because, I mean, the songs are long, they're pretty, I don't know, maybe I will, because they are pretty unique and they're pretty memorable, but it's just like, I don't know, I feel like I would return to other Microphones tracks before these. But yeah, for a first listen, I feel like this makes a pretty good experience and leaves a pretty strong impression. Again, it's not perfect, but pretty solid. Let me know if there's any other Microphones albums I should be doing. There's definitely some Mount Eerie albums that I want to do. I mean, I've listened to A Crow Looked at Me. That thing is freaking depressing as hell. I've listened to No Flashlight as well. I've also listened to the Microphones in 2020. So yeah, let me know what I should do next for either the Microphones or Mount Eerie. And that's going to do it for this video. Phil Elverum, he's a genius. I don't know how he comes up with these sound palettes and these atmospheres. It's just, it's really impressive. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.